You seem so subdued in victory. What are the emotions that you experienced on the court when you realized you were in the Wimbledon final?
Well, I felt like it should have happened, a game earlier or so. So I already had that emotion in my head already. But, it's not like a surprise to me. I expect good results like this. So for me, I was like, okay, good. It's a step in the right direction. I get to play in the final, and I still have another match, so it's not a full celebration yet.
Congratulations, Genie. What does this mean to you to be the first Canadian to reach a Grand Slam final?
I get to make Canadian history again. It's always exciting and special when I can make history. And, my job is not done. I want to go another step further, so I'm going to stay focused and enjoy it after.
What went on with the first match point? Because you seem to have a long discussion with the umpire.
Yeah, well, when Simona tossed, I heard someone scream in the crowd, and it had happened a few times during the match already. And this time I was like, I didn't feel prepared to return, so I put my hand up, and the umpire told me he heard it as well, and but he just didn't see my hand go up. But I'd only went up after someone screamed, which is pretty much right before she was going to serve. So I don't know, just kind of an unfortunate incident. I just didn't feel ready to return, and I put my hand up, and I felt like we should have replayed the point, but he said nope, it was her point. So I took it as a challenge and just tried to keep going.
And what about the incidents in the tiebreak when you had to stop playing? There was something going on the side there?
Yeah, a few odd things happened in this match. In the first set, twice, basically we took, a few minutes break randomly. First she took a medical timeout, and then someone in the crowd was feeling unwell. So, it's unfortunate that someone was feeling bad, and I think we were both, we both kind of feel bad for someone like that. But it's pretty tough to stop in the middle of a tiebreak. It was intense, and then to just kind of not play tennis for 3 minutes is messes up the rhythm. But again, I took it as a challenge. I was like, okay, this is the same for both of us. This is happening. I'll just go out and try my best. I missed the next return. It wasn't a great point, but then I stepped up my game.
Do fewer distractions get in your mind than get in other players' mind? Do you think you're sort of further into concentrating than a lot of other players?
Well, I think I'm able to not worry about the distractions, especially when it's out of my control. Like someone in the crowd not feeling well is definitely out of my control, and it happens once in a while. And it's, I think what I do well is I really don't let it get to me or affect me. And you know what, there are challenges everywhere in life, and I just, I love being challenged, and I love working hard to try, overcome something, and I kind of see it as an opportunity like that. I see it more in a positive way than maybe a negative way.
Genie, you talked about the success not feeling ahead of schedule for you. When did you sort of feel like you might be in the 2014 Wimbledon final? Like, when did this seem like this was a plausible goal? At what point?
Well, I always want to go as far as I can in any tournament. I, didn't set a specific goal of reaching a certain round at this tournament, but I've been feeling good these whole 2 weeks, and, after doing well in the past few slams, I've been believing since the beginning of the tournament that I can do really well, and, I'm just trying to take it one match at a time. It's really important to not get ahead of ourselves, but yeah, I totally feel like I belong, and I'm just so excited for the next match.
Do you think Justin Bieber will have noticed you yet?
I hope so. I'm putting in so much hard work, I want to see this hard work rewarded. I don't know. I mean,
he's not been in touch then, no.
No, and he's kind of been in trouble recently, so I'm not associated with that at the moment. But if he cleans up his image, maybe I'll. No, someone's shaking their head. No.
Gene, you talked a lot about just looking forward to your next match. I wonder whether or not, as this 2-week period has gone on, whether or not you have taken any time to look back at the run that you've gone on here, and how that makes you feel, first of all, and what lessons you might be able to take out of the previous matches that you've played here.
I try to do both. I really try to keep my blinders on and just focus on the next step, whether it's a day of practice or the next match. But I also try to appreciate, the effort I put in my previous match. I'll enjoy this win a little bit, and then soon enough it's time to focus again. More, I'd say, at the end of tournaments or, trips, I'll kind of take a moment to reflect and look back. But it's really important for me to just keep going. My job is not finished here, so that's my mindset.
So Jeannie, you're now set to play in the biggest match on the biggest court in the biggest tournament that our sport has. The other day you were talking about that your favorite show is The Big Bang Theory. Do you think this is kind of a Big Bang?
Someone made that really lame joke a few days ago, and I called them out on it, so I'm gonna have to say that was really lame. Again. I'm just trying my best, and just like I said, so excited. This is what I've worked my whole life for.
Eugenie, you said yesterday with the royal visit that you're excited about getting out to centre court to seeing who was up there. Colin Firth must have been a fairly poor second best, but given Justin Bieber's not really royal box material, who would be your dream person to see there on Saturday?
He's not?
Not sure if they're quite ready for that yet in the royal box.
They really wouldn't allow him in the royal box if he came?
He might not be top of the invite list. Is there anyone else?
They won't let him through the gates.
I feel like he would manage to get himself in there somehow, no? Who else? That's a tough question. I would love, to see Oprah there or something.
It's been a good tournament for Canada. Have you had any much conversation in the last few days with your compatriot Braunich, and do you fancy the chances of maybe seeing him on Sunday night, perhaps at the Champions dinner?
Yeah, we've spoken a little bit, always happy for him. I think he's playing really well, and I'm happy he's having some good success. And, I've joined him in the top 10 now, so that's exciting. And, I wish him the best of luck for tomorrow. He has a great match and a great opportunity to play against someone so amazing like Roger. It's a big moment.
How much did nerves come into play on the match points at the end? And was it more so than in the other semis just because, victory was at hand, maybe?
I think there were a little bit of nerves, but I've had that, in my previous match. And, before each match I'm a little bit nervous, which I think is normal. I think everyone is. I wouldn't say it affected me that much. I was feeling pretty calm on the inside and kind of took the whole situation, like I said, as a challenge. And I really wanted to prove to myself, okay, there was a little mess up or something, but, I can do this. And on the changeover, I was very calm, and I thought to myself, I can do this. And just went out and tried to play some good tennis, the tennis was not great the whole match, it was a bit up and down, I think, but I'm happy, I could play some good points at the end.
In terms of that calm, how much does it help that you've been here before, that you've won here at Wimbledon before 2 years ago?
I think that helps, and, not only at this tournament, I think that's helped me in many tournaments after winning the juniors. It definitely gave me confidence in playing in the professionals, the transition. Winning that juniors definitely, I think was a big point in my career. So it's helped me, since then, not just at this tournament. But of course, I feel extra special here, a little bit like I'm at home. It's always enjoyable coming to Wimbledon.
Do you have any unusual fitness regimes? I understand that you do hurdles and also run dragging weighted sleds behind you.
Yeah, those are not fun. I haven't done those, during the tournament. Usually we keep it more of just kind of day-to-day managing and not so much intense fitness. But I enjoy working hard, and I love, a good gym session. I wouldn't say I do anything odd, but, you know, lots of squats, lunges, deadlifts, all that good stuff. It's getting really physical nowadays, the game, so you got to be like in top shape.
If you win on Saturday, are you likely to go crazy with your celebration, do you think?
I'll decide after match point. Right now it's a long ways away, so I'm not looking forward to the result of the match. I'm looking forward to playing the match first and foremost.
Kind of a similar question, really. I mean, you seem very composed all the time, and it seems to me like if there ever was a time to lose your composure, it would be reaching your first Grand Slam final. So, do you ever lose it? Do you ever go nuts, or does that ever happen?
I'm waiting for a big moment to go nuts, you know. So, of course, achieving a lifelong dream like winning a slam is very exciting to me. But, you know, I feel like my job is not done here, so there's no need for a huge celebration because, you know, I'm still working. I still have another match. And but today, you know, I just felt very calm in general. So, you know, I was proud of myself, but I know I have another step.
Genie, I don't know if you've been on your phone, but hundreds of people have been tweeting you, asking you to marry them. What do you make of that?
Yeah, I won't check that too much, especially during a tournament. Good effort, though. You know, I mean, there's always a chance, I guess, that someone that'll say yes over Twitter. So, you know, keep them coming.
Is there anything special you want to reward yourself with after having played such a great tournament?
I'll think of that after the next match. You know, I'm not done, so that's the most important thing in my head. You know, after I'm done with Wimbledon, I'll have some time off, some, you know, much needed time off, and I'll enjoy a mini vacation. But for now, you know, I'm not thinking about rewards or celebrations because I don't deserve anything yet. I have another match.
Genie, as someone who's played the full 2 weeks here, can I ask how key for you the middle Sunday is? Is it something you quite enjoy?
I enjoy it. I think it's a quaint tradition that Wimbledon has. I know this year it was kind of frustrating for some players just because they couldn't play because of the rain, and then, of course, it's sunny on Sunday and no one can play. But I think it's nice to keep these traditions. You know, so many tournaments don't have, you know, important traditions, you know, along with the all-white and all that stuff. And I think it's so unique, so I love it.
A lot of people are comparing you to Maria Sharapova and Anna Kournikova and say you're the new big moneymaker on the women's tour. What are your thoughts on that?
I see it two ways. I see it as a compliment to be compared to someone like Sharapova who's won 5 slams. You know, she's a great champion. So I see it in a positive light, but also I'm my own person, and you know, I don't want to be, you know, the next someone else. I want to be the first of me. So, you know, I want to be my own individual person, and that's what I do. And you know, I'll try to make my own, you know, history.
When you think about Petra Kvitova, what do you remember of her winning Wimbledon, and what are your thoughts on the challenge of facing her now?
I think it will be my toughest match yet, and I'm looking forward to the challenge. I know she obviously likes the grass and has some good weapons, so I will be ready for those, and I'll try, you know, impose my own weapons and game against her. I think, you know, we'll both be going at it, which will make for a very, you know, good match.
And what do you recall of her triumph here in 2011?
I remember I was playing the juniors. I think I got to the quarters of the juniors that year, and I mean, I didn't watch much of the match, but you know, it was she was relatively young to win it, I think, and you know, not one of the top favorites. So we all thought, you know, it was a little bit of a surprise, and but she was playing really good tennis, so she deserved it.
Last English question for you, French.
Since you are such a big fan of Rogers, if I would have told you several years ago that you guys would both be in this position, in a similar spot at Wimbledon, what would you have said with a chance to do what you're doing?
I would have been very happy with that, and I would say, I hope we both win so we can go to the ball together.
It's an amazing story, though. It could be, huh?
We did, though, already. When I won the juniors, he won the men's, so that's when I first met him.
Okay.